few years now, there has been this controversial YouTuber called Danny G. Lots of people like him, other people hate him. So today I'm going to decide for you whether he's likable or dislikable. And you're probably asking yourself, why should I do that for you? Well, it's because I know everything. I am a brand new YouTuber, so I have not been corrupted by the YouTube algorithm, and I do not have a love for money yet. And also, I have great editing skills. I am definitely not using Mobazine for the Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay, which is great, by the way. I have been obsessed with this franchise for 5 years. No, Jesus Christ, it's actually 6 years now. I am 100% not autistic, and I'm definitely not using Power Director for this. This is true editing skills on a powerful gaming PC. Definitely not on a around 3 years old Samsung phone. So I did say YouTube for this, but he's quite popular on TikTok as well. Maybe like lots of his highlights are on there. So I decided to react to them for you and to voice my opinion about them. The first one I'm going to look at isn't a YouTube video by him. It is by a person called Jamie Trolling. This is when Danny G first made it on the internet around 8 years ago now, actually, probably. It was around the Xbox 360's days, so around the end of it was 2014. The Xbox One came out a year, would been out for around a year then at that point. So we're going to react to it, and I'm going to voice my opinion on it, so let's go.
I want to know why you just shouted at me down the microphone.
What did I fucking shout at you down the mic for? Playing your fucking mouth, mate. I'm a grown man. You sent me a message first, yeah? I live in Smethwick, Birmingham. If you want the fucking brawl, come down Smethwick, ask for Danny G. I'll come out of my house and I'll break your fucking legs, you little prick. No one will say! No one will fucking say!
Oi, stop shouting. Who do you think you are?
Shouting! Shouting! Rip your fucking voice box out your phone, son! Come to Birmingham and I'll fuck you up! Come to Birmingham now and I'll fuck you up! I've told you where I live! You want to know where I live? I live in fucking Smethwick! Now come and I'll kill you!
You won't kill me.
I what? I fucking what?
Excuse me, you won't kill me because I'm a gangster.
No, shut up, you dickhead, now fuck off! Don't send me another message, fuck off! You little prick!
Oh,
you little batty man!
Are you running away because you're scared?
What you saw there was Danny G shouting at a YouTuber called Jamie Trolling. Okay, so apparently, according to him, they were arguing for like I think a few days, and he was shouting at Jamie Trolling, and his daughter called Annika, I think, came there and said, "Who are you shouting to?" And then Danny, according to him, said, "Oh, it's nothing. Don't just go back upstairs." And then Jamie Trolling supposedly said, "Is she a prostitute or a whore?" I don't know, but then he supposedly got really angry at him and shouted at him. That's what he says. But either way, like, I don't agree with making fun of how old. I think Danny said that she would have been like 7 years old when this happened. I don't agree with you calling 7-year-olds prostitutes, but I don't agree with you shouting over it and screaming on a mic over him calling your daughter a prostitute. Because if someone is calling your daughter a prostitute, especially online on Xbox Live, they are probably trying to get a reaction, and you are giving them that reaction. So, as a whole, it is not a good start for you, but we're going to look at another video, so let's go.
If I became Prime Minister, I know that I am going to push buttons, that have never been pushed before. Those rich elites are going to get taxed within an inch of their fucking life. And I am going to put that into the police force. I am going to put that into the NHS. I am going to put that into youth clubs for the youth. I am going to put that into education. I am going to try and make this country great again. Oxford University, Oxford, doesn't exist no more for the rich elite. No more private schools. You can't pay to send your kid to a private school. Sorry, mate. Every school's a public fucking school.
Don't want to get into a political debate with you, Danny, but I think if you did tax for rich elite within an inch of their lives, probably millions of people will lose their jobs since they won't be able to pay them any wages. So there just going to be lots of people in poverty and going to be plenty of homelessness. So as a whole, just based on that, I wouldn't like you being the Prime Minister. And also, I don't think you could really make every school a public school. Really, I think that's kind of impossible. You still technically there's not really anything of a free school since you still have to pay for it. But anyway, I don't want to have a giant political debate with Danny G, or really have a political debate at all. But as a whole, I won't be voting for you in the next election, Danny G. So let's roll on to the next video.
There should be geezers like me in the police force, nuts, crazy, proper fighters. I don't know, UFC fighters. Do you know what I mean? Proper nuts guys who don't give a fuck. And they are given the proper law to smash bones. There would not be no more shit on the streets, let me tell you. Call them SC9. Yeah? Outside a pub, 20 lads. Yo, boys, you carry on, yeah, I'm going to call SC9 out. Dispersed. Because everybody's seen SC9 on the TV breaking fucking bones. I am sick of this knife crime bullshit. It's absolute fucking bullshit. How long are we going to put up with it? How long? See, it's all right me saying, yeah, somebody stabs Ethan, I go to their house, I kill them, completely just chop their heads off. Yeah, fine. That doesn't solve the problem though, does it?
Okay, so I don't think that will be the best police force around, because usually violence against violence never really works, because usually you'll just create more violence. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people who think violence is never the answer, because violence is necessary at times. But in places where the police are very cruel like that, usually there is more violence than there is around places where there is more rehabilitation, in the justice system. Don't get me wrong, there still should be a level of punishment if you mess around, but I'm kind of getting off topic here. But this kind of did happen in America around the 1980s, where goons are just corrupt police officers used to just kick the shit out of people for the sake of it. There was still lots of violence and crimes then, so I don't think your eye for an eye police force would really be a good one. But anyway, let's go on to the next video.
I have friends that are built like that have never had a fight in their fucking life, right? But they come to my house. Treat them with the same respect as my fucking brother. Doesn't matter how big somebody is. Doesn't matter how hard they are. Doesn't matter fucking what clothes they wear. What phone they have. That's not how you value people. You value people on what is in here. On what is in here. Do they have a good heart? Are they a good person? That's how you value people. That is how you value people. You don't value people on what trainers they've got, what mobile phone they've got, how hard they think they are. Do you know what I mean? No. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. We are all human, right? We are all fucking human. Not everybody has to be hard to be my friend. Not everybody has to be a brawler to be my friend. I will be anybody's friend no matter who you are, where you come from, what colour you are, what religion you are. It doesn't matter.
True. That is some very wise words. Danny G, you are very right about that. Don't judge people on what they have or how hard they are. That is some good advice from Danny G that you should follow. So, this is a good Danny G video, because it's not him just really chatting shit about whatever he feels like it. It's him doing some good advice that most people with at least mediocre moral compass can agree with. So, anyway, I have not much to say about this one. It is him just saying facts, really. But anyway, on to the next video.
Don't ask me why. I've just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a shithole. Do you know what I mean? Birmingham is a fucking shithole. I hate the fucking place. I fucking hate it. It's full of dickheads. I fucking hate it. Yeah. Woke up this morning, I'm fucking pissed off. Gonna stay in this fucking shithole for the rest of my life.
I thought you was a truck driver. You could really live anywhere if you were a truck driver, couldn't you? So I think you are kind of over exaggerating about that you were probably going to live there for the rest of your life, when you do have it probably better than most people, because truck drivers are needed everywhere. So I don't think you are trapped there, Danny. I think you are over exaggerating a little bit, and also, what got you in such a mood just for you to wake up and just scream at your phone about how much you hate the city that you live in? Like, Jesus Christ, you probably a person from the other side of town could probably hear that in Smethwick, or I don't think you live in Smethwick, I think you live somewhere else now, but wherever you live, they probably could hear it in Smethwick. You scream out how much you hate it there. But anyway, he's not from Birmingham, is a shithole, so I'm not gonna pretend he's wrong about that. He's pretty shit there. So anyway, next video.
An American geezer once, tried it on with me at work, told me I was sacked for no reason, and I wasn't even sacked, you know. He was new to the company, right, and the managers upstairs had said, tell Danny to go home, right, for the rest of the day. And do you know why? Because I'd done my work, I'd done my quota, and there was no more work for me to do. And this American geezer come down and said, yo, Danny, you're sacked. I'd spoke to him maybe one word, he'd only been there a few days. I looked at him and I went, what do you mean I'm sacked? He went, you're sacked. Get your stuff and get out. I went, mate, who the fuck are you talking to? I says, I've done all my work and that. I'm the first one done and I'm sacked. How does that even work, mate? You've only been here for a couple of days. I said, listen, go and get Tony the manager, man. He went, I ain't getting Tony the manager. I'm telling you now, get your fucking stuff and get out. And that's exactly how he started. I went, listen, mate, you speak to me like I'm going to knock you the fuck out. He went, you can't do shit. I went, I can't do shit. I went, come then, dickhead. And he stepped towards me. Mate, I grabbed him by his throat, ran him over the other side of the warehouse and threw him through a computer and a table. Just threw him clean through it. They phoned the police and everything. Do you know what I mean? But the geese didn't want to press charges because it was on camera that he'd stepped to me first. Basically, he stepped to me. He just stepped to me.
Just imagine Danny G throwing some like Peter Griffin looking through a fucking computer in a warehouse or something, on a table, sorry, for some reason. I hope this is real, but if you're looking through it morally, he did kind of overreact. Like, you shouldn't really joke about people being fired, because basically it's that kind of like joke about someone's livelihood being destroyed. So as a whole, Danny G, it is funny, but if this is real, you shouldn't really have thrown him through a computer and a table, even though it is kind of funny. But as a whole, anyone watching this, do not throw your employees through a computer and a table if they say you are fired, because you will definitely be getting fired then. But anyway, on to the next video.
So when I'm gone and dead, I don't give a fuck what happens to the planet. I just want to fucking shag loads of little uns, yeah, drink some adrenochrome and eat loads of steak. And I don't give a fuck what happens to the world. I don't care. That's all I want until the day that I die.
I could go around saying he is a nonce, and this is him confirming it, but I won't. This is actually him talking about the government and the elite, because in lots of his videos he doesn't like the elite of society because of them not caring about the environment and being paedophiles, according to him. But to be fair, like, it's not nice to call people paedophiles when they're not, and saying that they are, but it is kind of clever, to be fair. So the person who made this, not nice, but you are a clever man. So anyway, I have not much to say about this. It's just him saying about doing an impression of the elite, saying that, oh, they just want to eat exemochrome, I think, and steak, and they don't care about the environment. But anyway, there's not much to say about this one, so on to the next video.
Some comments and stuff that I've been asked, basically. I've been asked quite a bit of stupid fucking comments now for a while. Do you know what I mean? And I'm getting fucking sick of it, if I'm being honest with you. I'm getting absolutely sick of it. Sick of it. Do you know what I mean? Right, so, 1. Have a fucking charity boxing match, Danny. No. No, I won't have a charity boxing match. No, I won't fucking do it. Do you know what I mean? Right, because every charity is owned by a CEO, big fish, big cat motherfucker. Do you know what I mean? Right, and I ain't doing that. Do you know what I mean? Right, I'm not giving them money from my hard work. I want £50,000. Yeah, 50 grand, and I will basically do a charity boxing match for 50 grand. but not for any less. I'm not doing it for any less. Do you know what I mean, right? I want to get my family out of this shithole. Now, before all this, I was going to use the 50 grand, yeah? Before all this, I was going to use the 50 grand, basically, to take my family abroad somewhere, maybe. Right? It's not because, listen, I'm an English man. I love being English, but I don't like the way this country is, and I don't like the fucking government. So I wanted to get the fuck out and go and live in the sun somewhere. Now, with all this shit that's going on, you know I won't have that shit. You know I won't have it. I won't have it. So that's gone out the fucking pie now. So what I want to do is I'm going to buy a static by the sea, right? That's mine, that I own, right? A nice fucking static somewhere in Cornwall by the sea that I own, that I can fuck off out of Birmingham to whenever I feel like it. I will probably spend 9 months of the year in this fucking caravan. I'm not even gassing, right? So that's what I want the money for.
I think that rich CEO, big cat motherfucker, in your words, could probably give you the 50 grand for you to have a boxing match. And also, I might be wrong about this, but I don't think you could get a static caravan for 50 grand in Cornwall. I might be right, I might be wrong. I just heard somewhere that it would be very, very hard to get a static caravan in Cornwall for 50 grand. But anyway, I'm not too much to say about this. It's just him refusing to have a charity boxing match. So anyway, I'm just going to go on to the next video. There's not really much to say about this one. It's just him just wanting to leave Birmingham, really.
I took steroids for 9 months before I got married. So that when my wife got married to me, she knew she was marrying a fucking god. Man, I was 15.5 stone of pure muscle after 9 months of taking oxymethylene, 50 milligram tablets, yeah? Now they're called Napa 50s, right? Man, I was double dropping them. You're only supposed to take one a day. Man, I was double dropping, sometimes triple dropping, yeah? It felt like I was coming up on pills. I've been to the gym, no one ever lie. I've been to the gym, waiting for my mates to get there, yeah, right? And I thought, so I'm supposed to be meeting my mates at like 11 o'clock in the day, yeah? I've gone to the gym at 8 o'clock in the morning, yeah? And I swear to God, my mates have arrived at 11 o'clock and I have been on the running machine, virtually sprinting from 8 till 11. I'm turning purple. I'm going white. Do you know what I mean, right? And my mates have had to come over because the personal trainers won't do it. Nobody in the gym will do it because they're all a bit scared and that. So my mates have had to come over, yeah, right, and turn the machine off and say, Danny, no more. Your heart's gonna pop.
Take steroids just so you could look good for your wife on your wedding. Then good on you, I suppose. But the thing that I have a problem with this video is that I think you might have over-exaggerated it a bit when you talk about you was running on the treadmill until 8 o'clock till 11 o'clock. Because I think for you to take that much steroids, for you to run that fast for hours, just non-stop, there would be side effects and you wouldn't be okay. You probably would be bald, to be fair, but I'm not a scientist. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not a steroids expert. But anyway, I think I'm going to react to 1 or 2 more videos and I'm just going to call it a day on this video. So anyway, let's go.
And then when I came out of jail and I moved to Smethwick, bare gangsters, yeah? Bare gangsters, yeah? I'm a gangster. You're a man on your own who lives with a woman. I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to cause trouble with my gangster mates because I'm a gangster. You know what I did to them fuckers? Dealt with every single one of them. You ain't no gangster. You ain't no man. Because you think you're a gangster, which means you're a fucking wanker. You're nothing. Put you in a room with me, by yourself, no tools, no boys, you're dead. You can't do nothing unless there's 8 of you. One by one, you are nothing. You are beneath me, and I will eat you. Alive.
Because of him screaming so much, but to the whole, he is correct. Like, don't be a fake gangster, because if you are and you go into a life of crime, you don't have the mentality for it. You probably are going to get destroyed in the near future because of it. But as a whole, there's not too much to say about this, or not a lot to laugh about either. I suppose you could laugh him him screaming over it. Cause to be fair, when you do shot it, it's more comedic than like frightening. But anyway, one last video, and then I'll probably just give my honest opinion on him.
Because I've been beat by people who was hard, yeah? They're hard as fuck. I have been beat by men from Birmingham, yeah? That back in the day, when they used to beat the fuck out of me, everybody was scared of them. Everybody was fucking scared of them. Everybody thought they was the man. They was hard as fuck. They used to smash me in. And because of the reputation, because of how hard they was, supposedly, yeah? Right? They used to smash, and if you do nothing about it, just curl the ball and get beat. When I came out of jail, I realised what they are. They're all fucking muppets, man. All fucking ran away. Wouldn't fight me, would they? Nah. I better run away from this man now. We've created a monster. I better run now. He's had 3 years in jail preparing his body and his brain to kill me. I better run away now. I better run from this monster. Because this monster is going to eat me. He's going to eat my flesh and my bones. And he's going to laugh while he does it. Because we've created a fucking monster. We've tortured this boy until he now loves blood.
This did happen, and they did that, then they're very hypocritical, but there is no evidence for this. So yeah, if this did happen to you, then sorry. But as a whole, if you want my honest opinion on him, like I said, I would do. I suppose he is harmless, to be honest. Like, I'm not one of those people who think he is just lying throughout. Like, I think some of the stuff he does say is true. Like, you can say that he isn't harmless because of that live stream where he says some horrible things about his wife. Karma Corner did make a video on it, so if you want to know more about it, go to his channel. I don't want to get involved in it, even because I think Tony is Danji's wife's name. I think made up with him on like New Year's Eve, which I suppose is good. But as a whole, he is harmless. There is no evidence to say what he is doing, what happened to him in the past is true or false, because no one was there. Like, for this video, I did try and do some, like, more underrated clips, because everyone's seen, like, clips of, like, him talking about biting dogs, like, stomachs, and etc, and about him chasing, like a guy with a gun in a car. But I decided to go with some more different videos to be more unique. But to the whole, if you remove all about what happened with him and his wife, he's harmless. I don't hate him. I don't have no hard feelings against him, because why should I? I never met him in person. But I will give him, if this is fake, he's a good storyteller, and he should go into the acting field, because I think he could be quite good at that. Like, it can be cringy. Yes, we are in 2016. In my life, I'm in 2016. When he screams and shouts about just nonsense, it is more embarrassing. I think he tries to look intimidating by it. I think that's what his motive behind it is, but he just looks like an idiot. But as a whole, he's harmless, like I said before. There's no hard feelings against him. He's entertaining to watch. Do I think he's lying throughout it quite a lot? I think he lies about it more than I would like to say. I think some of the stuff the fights he has been in has happened, but some of it is definitely over exaggerated, like about biting a dog, like was it stomach out? I might be wrong, because you must have some extremely sharp teeth for you to bite through a dog's like flesh, because dog's flesh is quite tough. But anyway, I have nothing else to say. I hope you enjoyed this for some reason. To be fair, the only people who are going to view this are like people like Guantanamo Bay, like prisoners, like guards trying to torture terrorists. But anyway, guards at Guantanamo, I don't care, that was it Guantanamo? Like, is that Guantanamo Bay? I think that's what it is. I hope this is good torture for terrorists, and that's all I have to say. So, goodbye. this is a good hour of my life I'm never getting